Well, hello. Welcome once again to Working, and today is going to be a little bit of a quicker episode because we are kind of, actually probably more than at a midpoint with this big driveway that we've been working on, and I just wanted to show you some of the progress so far. I figure if I show you the stamped concrete, which I did in the last episode, I'll show you this little midpoint where you can see what we have accomplished so far. You've already seen us pour sand concrete before. You've seen me wash sand concrete before. So I may do kind of a time lapse of me washing some of the stuff that we have just poured. But we're probably 2/3, maybe 3/4 of the way through this job, and I just wanted to show you where we are right now, and then at the end I will show you the job completed, because some of you have complained that I don't always do that. I don't always show you the job when it is absolutely finished. So here we are. Let me step back a little bit so you can get a better idea. We have poured all of the stamped border for this thing. This is a very big driveway. We have had 5 pours of sand finish and 2 pours for the stamped so far. You can see we still need to cut the blacktop here, but we'll be pouring all the way up to the street with the sand finish eventually. Here is the sealed stamped concrete border. So we have to seal this first because we acid wash the sand finish and we don't want to acid wash the stamp. So you put a sealer on it first, that protects it from the acid. Eventually we'll be sealing all of the sand finish too. We have sealed some of that so far. There's going to be a huge amount of just pressure washing, cleaning, acid washing, and eventually sealing all of this once we're done with all the pours. Here is the last sand finish pour that we did. We're doing these all in kind of 10-foot increments. We poured 20 feet here out, but everything is kind of in a 10-foot square. I've been doing saw cuts on all of these. So it's actually the 4th of July today. I wouldn't normally be working on the 4th, but we poured the sand finish yesterday, and I have to wash it on the next day. So I'm here to just wash this today, and then tomorrow we'll be setting up our next pour of sand, which will be in this area. We'll be going about 30 feet past this pour, closer to the road. So we're getting close. We're getting there. Up here, you'll be able to see where I've done some of my saw cuts. There's one there. So we're trying to make this all look like it's just one giant piece of concrete that got saw cut, so it doesn't look like a bunch of extra or a bunch of different pours. So here you can see a part of the sand finish that hasn't been acid washed. Over here, this one hasn't been totally acid washed, but you can see where it was acid washed. And then there are these white patches where I need to go over it again with the acid. This is just kind of runoff from the acid. And then here is where it has actually been sealed. I'll show you the difference between the sealed part and the unsealed part. So eventually it'll all look like this. It's nice and dark and uniform. Usually have to go over it a couple times with the sealer because it soaks in quite a bit with this sand finish concrete. So all this still has to be acid washed. I have to wash the sand finish down there. And yeah, we're getting there though. This is a really big job. And like I said, it's been 7 pours so far. It's probably going to be probably 2 more pours, maybe 3. We do have to get the approach to the road inspected. You can't have steel, and it has to be 6 inches deep for the county easement, the setback to the road. So we'll have to have someone come and check that out. We've been putting our 3/8 inch steel every 3 feet. You can see it sticking out right here, maybe. So it's all continuous steel. So yeah, that's where we are so far. It's been a big job. We've been doing this for a long time. And I think I'm going to set up the camera and do a time lapse as I'm washing and just getting this area prepared since it's the 4th, I'm not doing anything else but wash these sand finish pieces. And then tomorrow, which you won't see, we'll be setting up for the next pour. And then I will do another episode. The next episode you see will be the finish. It'll probably be the last few stages of me acid washing and sealing. And then you'll be able to see the entire massive, crazy driveway when it is complete. Fun stuff. All right, so there are the newly washed sand finished chunks that we poured last. I did want to show you this. What we've been doing is troweling very tight. So this was one older pour. This is the new pour that we just did yesterday. We trowel this up as tight as we can so you can barely see the seam. And then when we cut, as we did over here, I cut right on the seam, and then it looks like it's all just one piece, like it was all poured at the same time. I think that looks pretty cool. So this is one pour, this is another pour, but it looks like they were the same pour. Pretty cool. So eventually I'll have to be cutting this. We'll be cutting a line through here, one across, same over here, and then probably 2 or 3 more sand pours to go until we are finished. So that is where we are in the process right now. Like I said, the next episode will probably be me just cleaning up, washing, acid washing, getting it all dry, and then eventually sealing. It's going to be a long process in and of itself, but I'd like to show you the finished product. So, a pretty quick one, just a little update on the progress so far. Not a full day of work, obviously, but hey man, get off my back. It's the 4th of July, I shouldn't be working at all. Thank you for watching. And if you are just finishing a long, hard day of work yourself, have an ice cold bottle of chocolate milk for me. I'll see you later.